trying to clear the branches off the other tree. I was gonna leave that one. Yeah, buddy. Hello, Bame Farm fans. Look at that wonderful chip pile. We've already dipped into it because I just saw manure spreading a few days ago. Now the nice, relaxing process of unloading. Unfortunately, that pile did not get that big right out of the spreader. We'll come back and we'll push it up. Oh, this is so much cleaner than watching the poop fly out. Now, why do we make all these chips for the cattle? Oh, because I need something to poop on. And why do we make them versus having them brought in by outside tree companies? Maybe I'm just snooty, but I seriously thought about, you know, why not? Why not have all those landscape and tree places that cut up trees? Why not have them dump here? And then I realized something. Their goal is material reduction. They don't care what comes out, they just got to reduce it down. They don't want to have to carry around a bunch of branches. Now, I know, you know, we got some stuff like this, but most of the time, they're chipping small stuff like that, and it'll be a whole load of little splinters and shreds and sticks, and it won't be as small and as fine as that, because I'm chipping big stuff. You know, those landscape companies, they'll leave anything over, say, 4 inches. They'll just leave it for firewood. And I'm taking everything up to 8 and making chips out of it. Man, the wind keeps coming from every different direction. So I seriously thought about it. Now, there may come a day where I don't care as much, or I'm too lazy, or I run out of trees to chip, and that could take a while. Or I'll finally decide to, you know, give up doing as much chipping ourselves, and I'll, you know, have the landscape companies bring it in, and hopefully, you know, the cattle don't get splinters from it. They don't seem to now. Ooh, a little steamy. Yeah, we're chipping a little late, so they are starting, the trees are starting to let some sap out, especially when we cut them. They are a little wet. But the chipper, well, they recommend in the owner's manual to do green trees, don't do dry wood. Yeah, we're getting down to the end. There's some real splintery stuff, and I'm afraid that's what I'd get in a full load from a tree trimmer. I don't know, maybe they do better than I think. Because they were out, you know, on the other side of the house over there cutting those trees for the power company. And I thought about asking the fellows about, you know, dumping it back here. I'm sure they didn't care. They were getting paid by the hour. If it took them 2 hours to dump it, and hey, they're getting paid by the hour. See if that's the how and the why about the chips. It makes nice bedding, so much better than straw. It does look a little uglier once it's all spread out, but then again, these bigger pieces will fly and end up on top. But I like to think we do a better job for ourselves. Oh, the ultimate goal one day is just to have all the field edge tree line cleared back. That would be nice. Take it back. It's not doing anything useful, unfortunately. It's got honeysuckle, that's invasive. Prickly things like the honey locust, that's not the nicest. And I'll leave the walnuts if I see them, and then plus all the ash are dying, so half of it's gonna fall down in the next 5 years anyway. So might as well beat it to the punch. Oh, hey, the chickens, they're out there too. I purposely picked that area because there's no trees that I want to cut down. There's some walnuts behind them that, you know, hopefully in 10 to 20 years are nice and big and be worth a lot. I think that's a load. See how many more loads we can squeeze in today. We're usually good for about 3 loads. Then we get tired of pulling logs and whatnot. Say it's a good way to clean the spreader out. Digging in real good. Real good. May not be full, but it's heavy. Well, try to be real gentle and be ready to shut it off. It's really full at the front. This wagon survived ear corn season, so hopefully wood chips is a piece of cake. Hopefully. We're waiting, we're being gentle. I guess we're being very gentle. Extra super gentle. Well, it's coming out. Didn't hear anything break. Oh yeah, be ready to pull forward. That's good. It's coming out real fast because it's all at the front. Once the front empties out, we're gonna be here waiting a while. Yep, that's all that was in the front. That might be half the load. Hopefully the floor keeps moving for us. Yeah, let's pull it forward a little bit. That's good. Ah, crap. Well, I gotta shut the PT off so I can put it back on. You gotta shut the PT off so I can put it back on. Hey, a little problem with it.
Going on right now.
Yeah, we
Didn't let it build up that much because now it's all angled.
the pin doesn't pop out or in. So when you start moving it around a bunch, yeah, it just falls off.
Now you're level again?
No, you're fine. Dump it. It's good. Makes it nice and easy to see what's coming out. Woo! And of course the floor is not going to move very well, so I got to help that out. There we go. Who likes our 3-way bungee cord? Just to make sure that all goes back. Yeah, we ran chips into the wagon because, well, the manure spreader's parked in the barn over there, full of Dad's special dirt, compost, something, whatever, large potting mix that we put the patio tomatoes in, and we'll use it to touch up our raised beds a little bit. Hopefully this is the last day. A lot of honeysuckle, all the leaves. Working on that big ash. Saw that big ash fall down. That wasn't as dead as I thought. I figured most of the ash were dying. And then right after that, after I cut it down and we're in the middle of cleaning up, a logger comes out and was telling me all about, you know, they're still buying live ash. There's tons of dead ash. Oh, and well, we'll see if that comes to fruition, if we want to log anything. There's not much here. Apparently walnut and white oak. White oak's worth quite a bit, apparently. Maybe not as much as a walnut. We'll see if we do that. We still don't have the beaters in at the bottom, but it's, you know, it's falling out. It doesn't weave too much like silage. This stupid honeysuckle really left some splintery junk in here. I guess cows will poop on everything. Here we go, that's how big the load is. It's not very tall, but it's probably at least 2 manure spreader loads. At least 2 manure spreaders, because the box is so much bigger than the spreader, obviously. Yeah, that ash was chipping up real nice. Yeah, and the honeysuckle's a bunch of splinter and stuff. Oh well, we're getting rid of it all. Cows are gonna poop on it, making good use of our organic material here on the farm. And, you know, getting our fun with chainsaws in. One thing the logger said when he was here, and I gotta look into, is carbide chainsaw chains. He says they're kind of expensive, but they last a long time. So if anybody knows where to get one of those, hook me up. Yeah, I gotta find that. I like to cut everything off at the ground. And he says there, the carbide chains, they take the abuse well. And I will admit I am probably very abusive to a chainsaw in that regard. I'm trying to cut everything off nice and low. Unfortunately, I cut that ash off really high because I had to make sure it didn't fall on the chickens and the wagon sitting there. So I didn't want to be trying to do that at the ground. So this wagon's done a lot. We had chickens in it last year at this time. We're putting wood chips and it hauls silage. Well, what can't you do with a silage wagon? And that's the dumb thing, is silage wagons are, I want to say, sort of, well, older ones like this are fairly low cost. And we found 3 uses Ear corn, that's 4. Finding all the uses for the silage wagon. Yep. Silage, chips, ear corn, and we had chickens in here. We've done everything with these things. It's great. Small pile. Gonna have to push that up here in a hot minute. Ooh. Gotta watch them big tires making tight turns. Get a little close there.